Alright, hey YouTube. Okay, so this is a video response to the two girls racism video, the one where there's like a girl and she has like blondish sort of hair, and then the other one's got like, I don't know, brown or something, whatever. This is just the response video to that because I felt that that video was incredibly offensive and ignorant. And so I want to set a few things straight that I feel that's very, very wrong. And they should have checked their background information. They should have checked, like, you know, just stuff like that before they went and talked crap about a race that is very hardworking and stuff. And coming from a person who is white myself, I actually do have Mexican in my family. And they are the nicest, most caring people I have ever met. Like, they open their house to anyone. Like, I mean, I don't want to talk bad about, like, white people or anything, but it's just incredibly funny because, to me, like, when you see a white person, like, in a parking lot or something, like, like a little kid goes up to them and they're like, hey, you know, can you support my program, like, you know, something, whatever. Most white people, including myself, I'll be like, look, I don't have the time, I'm really sorry, you know, and they leave. But a Mexican person, dude, they will stand there and they will listen to what they have to say. And then usually at the end of that, they'll be like, you know what, yeah, I'll help you out. Like, here's $10 or something like that, you know? And, like, these people are just coming over to our country to make a better life for themselves. Like, that's all they want, you know? They're not over here to steal our jobs, blah, 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 you know? White people, okay, like, yeah, okay, cool. We want to be, like, CEOs and entertainers, famous people, something very, very high up there, you know? We don't want to do the dirty work. Do we want to build the buildings that you're going to be sitting in 2 weeks? No. Do we want to be the people backstage that are setting up shows for famous people? No, we don't want to do the dirty work, okay? Like, not a lot of people like doing dirty work. All these people want is money so they can send to their families back home, all right? Like, it's so rude and disrespectful how these girls, like, thought that just because, you know, they have brown skin, that they're different from everyone else, you know? And coming from me having Mexican people in my own family, like, they're just trying to make a better life for themselves. That's all they want. And, like, and then they're saying that, like, oh, all of them need to leave or whatever. No, like, they need to stay here because they're helping our country prosper. Like, my, I mean, like, my family that's Mexican went through the entire process of becoming an American citizen. And I don't think many American citizens know how hard that test is to pass. I mean, you have to know how many seats are in the House of Representatives, how many seats are in Congress, how many years the president's in term, which, I mean, everybody knows it's 4 years, but, I mean, they have to know all these things and details, minor details about the government that even, like, a true-born American doesn't know, you know? Like, just the little things. Like, they have to know which amendment is which and what does it say and what does it apply to and everything. And it's like these people go through all of that just to become part of our country that's supposed to be the home of the brave, the free, you know? Like, we're supposed to be taking in everybody, but instead we're just kicking everyone out. And ignorant people like those two girls are what bring our country to disgrace and make everybody hate us because everyone thinks that we're so stuck up. And our country's honestly not the best country out there. There are many other countries that have things way better than we do, you know? But people, like, never take that into consideration. Everybody's just so, like, they take pride in everything, you know? And, I mean, there's some things that Mexico does that are better than us. Like, we get so many, like goods from them, like natural stuff, you know? Stuff that we can't plant here because we don't have the soil to do it. And I also want to take on what the girls said when they said that, that we were here first. That is not true. According to published history, the Aztecs were here before anybody else was. So technically, we stole the land from them. And also, the Spanish were here before us because Spain conquered America before America was formed. So technically, the Mexicans were here before we were. And I just think everybody needs to know that because if anybody should be kicked out, it's the Americans because the Mexicans were here before us. And, like, I live in Arizona and, like, my state was Mexico, like, 100 years ago, because Arizona became a state in 1912. And we took this land from Mexico. And I think that that's very rude that you guys are singling out like one race, you know, when we have so many other races in here that do horrible things. Like, I know Mexicans, like, everybody blames them for cartels and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter what the race is. Like, everybody brings in drugs from everywhere. Italians bring in drugs, Europeans bring in drugs, Chinese people, Japanese people, Vietnamese people, Indians, African Americans, everybody brings in stuff, you know, like, everybody does bad things. Every race is to blame for why our country's going to, like, crap. Even we bring in bad things, you know? Like, we're not the perfect race. And I don't even think, like, and I hate how everybody classifies, like, Americans as a race when we're not. We're just part of a country, and we're supposed to be a whole, and we're supposed to be supporting each other and being, like, one. So I think these girls are very ignorant. I'm not going to say stupid, because they're not stupid, but they're ignorant, and they need to check their facts, and they need to realize that all the things that they said are incredibly ignorant and hurtful. Coming from someone who has Mexican in their own family, that's incredibly hurtful, because you don't know what these people have been through, okay? Like, we took literally half their country, and they still want to come over here and make a better life for themselves. Like, that's all they want, you know? And it's really hard to get your papers nowadays, too. So, like, of course, yeah, maybe they're coming over here illegally and, you know, taking jobs at, you know, like Jack in the Box and McDonald's. But, I mean, who wants to work there? Like, I'm going to be straight up honest. I would not work at a fast food place like that. But they would, like, because they don't care. So I think it's just funny, and I think that we as Americans need to reevaluate ourselves. And people like that, like those two girls, really need to think about their priorities and really need to think about accepting America for who it is, because those two girls are definitely not true Americans, because they don't accept everybody, and they don't accept that everybody is free in this country to do whatever the hell they want, pretty much. So that's my stance on that.